So Google launched the Google Tensor G3 in October 2023. And you guys might be thinking that it's fast and efficient and blah blah blah, but it's not what most people might expect. I am quite disappointed because this chipset is significantly slower. I mean, it's exceptionally sluggish compared to the latest offerings from the Qualcomm, MediaTek and Apple. The Google Tensor G3 is just a modest upgrade compared to its predecessor, the Google Tensor G2, and Google claims that this chipset excels in AI capabilities. But in reality, most of the AI work is offloaded to the servers, requiring an internet connection to perform AI tasks, just like Google claims with their camera features. Nevertheless, this chipset does have some upgrades, including a new core configuration, a latest architecture, improved connectivity, and more. And you might be wondering that why I find this chipset so slow. So watch this video until the end as I will explain everything in details. And let's find out that why this chipset is so slow in this full comprehensive review. If we discuss the benchmarks of this chipset, it's approximately 25 to 30% faster than its predecessor, the Google Tensor G2. And the benchmark version 10, the Google Tensor G3 achieves a total score of 1,150,316. Breaking down this into version 10 scores, the CPU achieved 378,836 and the GPU achieved 371,060. Memory achieved 185,462 and the UX achieved 217,177. That gives you a total score of 1,150,316, which is very slow compared to other offerings by Qualcomm, Apple and MediaTek. I mean, these Antutu version 10 scores match the performance of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, a processor that was launched back in 2021 or 2022, like that. But my point is, this chipset was launched in October 2023 and the performance matched to the processor from the 2022. Additionally, in the Geekbench 6, the single core score of this chipset is 1754 and the multi-core scores of this chipset is 4398. And you might be wondering, these are very high scores, but in reality it's lower. And also the single core scores are about 22% faster than its predecessor, the Google Tensor G2, and the multi-core scores are about 16% faster than its predecessor. If you want to know more about benchmarks, here's the list of all benchmarks of this processor. You can pause the screen, read them all. So the architecture of this chipset is quite impressive, featuring a combination of ultra high performance scores, and power efficiency cores, giving you a total of 9 cores, including one ultra fast core based on Cortex X3 clocked at 2.91 GHz, and 4 high performance cores based on Cortex S715 clocked at 2.37 GHz, and 4 power efficiency cores based on Cortex F5.0 clocked at 1.7 GHz. This chipset is also power efficient because it's built on a cutting-edge 4nm processor technology by Samsung, which ensures both power efficiency and performance. And this processor is based on the latest ARM version 9/A instruction set architecture, making it compatible with the latest softwares and technologies. Despite its powerful capabilities, it maintains a low TDP of 4.7 watts, thanks to advanced manufacturing techniques by Samsung. The GPU in this system is called Mali G715MP7, and it's really advanced with the Valhalla 4th Gen architecture. This GPU runs on a frequency of 890 MHz and has 7 execution units, 192 shading units, and 1344 shaders. The GPU on this chipset is not that strong, but it's good for medium gaming and media consumption. And this chipset can do 2415 billion calculations every second. And this chipset supports Vulkan version 1.3, OpenShield 2.0, and DirectX 12. So all of this might seems okay, but it's not. I mean, sure, they provided 9 cores, but the performance isn't that impressive due to the clock speeds of this chipset. I mean 2.91 GHz. I mean, really Google? It's 2023. Apple is doing 3.78 GHz and Qualcomm is doing 3.35 GHz and MediaTek is doing 3.25 GHz on their Cortex X4 cores. That is why this chipset is so slow compared to these latest offerings from the Qualcomm, Apple and MediaTek. And also, Qualcomm with its latest chipset featuring 8 cores has outperformed every chipset on the planet right now. And also, when it comes to the AI that Google is discussing, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has built-in AI. That means the smartphone comes with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 will have on-device AI capabilities. I mean, they don't have to rely on the internet to perform AI tasks. And that is something Google should worry about. I mean, I don't have to rely on internet to perform AI tasks every time. And that's what Google is doing. The RAM on the Google Tensor G3 is based on a quad-channel LPDDR5X RAM with a memory frequency of 4800 MHz and has a maximum memory bandwidth of 64 GB per second. Plus, this chipset can support maximum RAM size of 16 GB. And for the storage, this chipset has UFS 3.0 and UFS 4.0 storage technologies for faster read and write speeds. The Google Tensor G3 excels in multimedia capabilities, featuring dedicated processors to enhance both AI tasks and other features of this chipset. The Google Tensor G3 comes equipped with advanced NPU to handle advanced artificial intelligence tasks, but it can't do what Qualcomm is doing. And when it comes to the display, this chipset can support Quad 80+ displays at 120Hz refresh rate. For photography, this chipset can support cameras of up to 200 megapixels, featuring triple 18-bit HDR RAW ISP for cameras to take better photos at night and at daytime. The Google Tensor G3 is also good at video recording capabilities. I mean, it can record up to 8K at 30 frames per second and can record 4K at 120 frames per second and 1080p at 240 frames per second. Yet Google Pixel 8 series does not support 8K, but I think that's not going to be an issue for a lot of users. I mean, who will use 8K footage. The Google Tensor G3 also supports various audio and video codecs. For the video, it supports H.264, H.265, AVI and VP9, and audio codecs are AAC, AIFF, CAF, MP3, MP4 and WAV for complete multimedia experiences. The Tensor G3 has a modem called Exynos 5300i, which supports 4G at LTE-K24 and 5G and can able to give you exceptionally fast download and upload speeds, with the download speed of 7.3 GB per second and upload speed of 3.7 GB per second. Plus, this chipset also supports Wi-Fi 7 for fast wireless connection and Bluetooth 5.3 for easy communication with other Bluetooth devices. So that's it. The Google Tensor G3 isn't the fastest chipset out there. I mean, it can barely keep up with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is about a year old. Yet, that older chipset manages to outperform this new Google Tensor G3 chipset. Google should really learn from Apple, MediaTek or Qualcomm. I mean, just look at what they are doing with their latest chipsets. Qualcomm latest chipset, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for instance, is an absolute beast with the fastest scores and top-notch benchmarks, along with a host of AI features. And if you also look at the latest MediaTek Dimensity 9300, that chipset is also a beast, and so is the Apple A17 Pro. So for the past 2 years, I've been recording the performance of the Google Tensor chipsets, but now I can't, and neither should any of you. Google should really take a page from Qualcomm, MediaTek or Apple to create the best possible chipset. So that's all for this review. If you really enjoyed this video, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a new video from my channel. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So my name is Hamza, this is Hitchtech, and see you in the next video. If you want to watch the full review of the Apple A17 Pro, then that video is right here. And if you want to watch the full review of the MediaTek Dimensity 9300, then that video is right here. Thank you for watching.